Hello students. So today we'll discuss the part 2 of the unit number 2 thermodynamic process. In the first video we had discussed some of the important derivations on the thermodynamic process. We have found out the expression for work done during a constant volume process, constant pressure process, and temperature process, adiabatic process, polytropic process, and we have studied how the free expansion process takes place and throttling process will take place. This all we have studied in the first part, that is the theoretical concepts. So now in this video we will study some of the important problems on that thermodynamic process, so which have been asked in the previous years. So the first problem is a quantity of gas occupying a space of 0.3 meter cube. It is occupying a space of 0.3 meter cube at a pressure of initial pressure of 2 bar and a temperature of 77 degrees Celsius, and which is heated at constant volume. So this problem is on constant volume process. So until the pressure becomes P2 is equal to 7 bar, the P1 is 2 bar and P2 is equal to 7 bar, and the initial volume V1 is equal to 0.3 meter cube, and initial temperature T1 is equal to 77 degrees Celsius, so at a constant volume. So here we have to determine temperature, that is a T2 at the end of the process, at the end of the constant volume process. Next we have to find out, second, that is the mass of the gas we have to find out, and next third we have to find out change in internal energy, and fourth one change in enthalpy during the process. And for this we have to assume the specific at constant pressure, that is the Cp is equal to 1.005 kJ per kg Kelvin, and Cv is equal to 0.71 kJ per kg Kelvin, and gas constant R is equal to 287 joule per kg Kelvin. So this is a problem which has been asked in the previous year examinations. So first we will study the given data. So what is the solution given data? So given initial volume V1 is equal to 0.3 meter cube, P1 is equal to 2 bar, that we have to convert it into 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton, and temperature T1 77 degrees Celsius plus 273 is equal to 350 Kelvin. Next P2 is equal to 7 bar. So after heating the pressure increases 7 bar, that we have to convert it into Newton per meter square, that is 7 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. Next, the first, we know that for the constant volume process we know the pressure and temperature relationship. For constant volume process V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V. So here volume is constant, means volume is V is equal to 0.3 meter cube comes, and the pressure and temperature varies. So that pressure and temperature relationship for a constant volume process is P1 divided by T1 is equal to P2 divided by T2. So this relations, using these relations, in this P1 we know, P2 we know, T1 we know, we don't know the T2, so that we can find the temperature at the end of the process. In the first, you can see in the problem, determine the first question, what you have to determine temperature end of the process, that is T2. So by using these relations, P1 by T1, P2 by T2, we can find the T2. So solving this expression for T2, we get T2 is equal to P2. Take T1 this side, it becomes P2 into T1, and P1 becomes the divided by. So final expression for T2 is equal to P2 into T1 divided by P1. After filling all the values, P2 is equal to 7 into 10 raised to 5, and T1 is equal to into 350 Kelvin, and P1 is 2 into 10 raised to 5. So after calculating, so it becomes 1225 Kelvin minus 273 is equal to the Kelvin, in Kelvin we are getting 1225 Kelvin. So if you want to this temperature in degree Celsius, we have to minus it 273 from it, then we will get the 952 degrees Celsius. Next, second, we have to find out the mass of the gas. So we know that P1, from the characteristic gas equation, P1 PV is equal to MRT. Here we are using initial conditions, P1 V1 is equal to MR T1. So it becomes, after solving this, M is equal to P1 V1 divided by R T1. So you have to simplify the expression for the M. So P1 we know that value, and V1 we know the value, R we know the value, T1. So after filling all the values, so P1 is equal to 2 into 10 raised to 5, V1 is equal to 0.3, and R is equal to 287, and T1 is 350 Kelvin. So we get, after simplifying, 0.597 kg. So next, third, we have to find out the change in internal energy. So change in internal energy, the formula for the change in internal energy, du is equal to m Cv T2 minus T1. Here we know the m, the mass of gas, Cv we have assumed, and T2 we have calculated in the first step, T1 we know. So after filling all the values, so m is equal to 0.97, which is calculated in the second step. Cv assumed 0.714, T2 is 1225, it is calculated in the first, Kelvin, minus 350. After solving this, we will get the 372 kilojoule answer. Next, fourth one, we have to find out change in enthalpy. So change in enthalpy is given by dH is equal to mCp T2 minus T1. So here we know the m value, that is a 0.597, Cp we have assumed in the problem, T2 we know calculated in the first step, that is a 1225, and T1 is a 350 Kelvin given data. So after filling that all values, m is equal to 0.97 into 1.005, inside the bracket T2 1225 minus T1 350. So after solving this, we will get 525 kilojoule. So this is the required answer. So this is one of the 10 marks important questions. So each step, 4 parameters we have to find out. For each parameter, finding the temperature T2 2.5 marks, and finding the mass 2.5 marks, and finding the change in internal energy 2.5 marks, change in enthalpy 2.5 marks. So this overall carries the 10 marks. Next problem, one more important questions which have been repeated in your examination is the first problem we have studied on the constant volume process. So this problem is on the constant pressure process. So what is the problem? The problem is that a volume of 0.5 meter cube volume is there. It's a volume of 0.5 meter cube of gas of 0.5 kilometer volume, and it is the initial pressure is 10 bar, right, and initial temperature is 200 degrees Celsius, is expanded in a cylinder to 1.2 meter cube. So V1 is equal to 0.5 meter cube, it is expanded to V2 1.2 meter cube, and at a constant pressure. That means P1 is equal to P2 is equal to 10 bar it remains. So calculate the amount of work done by the gas. We have to calculate here amount of work done by the gas during that constant pressure heating, and also we have to find out the increase in the internal energy. For this we have to assume he is given Cp, that is a specific heat at constant pressure, is equal to 1.005 kilojoule per kg Kelvin, and Cv is given 0.712 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So the given data, V1 volume of 0.5 meter cube, that is a V1, gas at a pressure of P1, and P2 is also same because the pressure is constant, we are heating at constant pressure. P1 is equal to P2 is equal to P is equal to 10 bar, that we have to convert it into Newton per meter square. 10 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square it becomes. And initial temperature, that is a T1 he has given 200 degrees Celsius, so that we have to convert it into Kelvin. For that we have to add 273, 200 degrees Celsius plus 273 becomes 473 Kelvin. Next it is expanded to volume V2 is given, V2 is equal to 1.2 meter cube, and he has given Cp is 1.005 kilojoule per kg Kelvin, and Cv is given 0.712 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So first we find out work done by the gas, that is R is equal to Cp minus Cv. So these relations we have derived in the first step, that is the relation between the specific heat and at constant pressure and specific heat at constant volume and the universal gas constant, that is R is equal to Cp minus Cv. So for calculating the work done we need the R. So for that R we can calculate, R is equal to Cp minus Cv. So Cp is 1.005, Cv is 0.712. After filling all these values we are getting 0.293 kilojoule per kg Kelvin, but that we want in joule kg per Kelvin. So that That's why we have to multiply by 1000. Kilojoule means 1000 joule. So multiplying 0.293 into 1000, it becomes 293 joule per kg Kelvin. Next, work done. We know the expression for the work done. W is equal to P into V2 minus V. Here pressure is constant, so that's why we have derived the expression for work done during the constant pressure process, that is W is equal to P into V2 minus V1. Here P is constant, that is a 10, V2 10 into 10 raised to 5, and the value of V2 is 1.2 and V1 is 0.5. So after solving this, we are getting 77 lakh. So 7 lakh we are getting that joule, we are getting that, we are converting it into kilojoule, that is 700 into 10 raised to 3 joule, that becomes 700 kilojoule is the required answer. Next, we have to find out the increase in the internal energy. So we know in the derivation, we know that the pressure and temperature and volume relations for the constant volume process, the pressure is constant, P1 V1 divided by T1 is equal to P2 V2 divided by T2, but here pressure is constant, that's why it becomes volume and temperature V1 divided by T1 and V2 divided by T2. Here we know the V1, T1, V2, but we don't know the T2, so we have to solve for the T2 for calculating the increase in the internal energy. So after solving this for T2, expression becomes V2 is equal, T2 is equal to, here some T2 is equal to V2, actually it is a T2, it is a printing mistake is there. So T2 is equal to V2 T1 divided by V1. So if you fill all the values, 1.2 into 473.5 is equal to 1135.2 Kelvin. Next, we know that P1 V1 is equal to mR T1. So from this equation we have to calculate the mass of the gas, that is m. Solving for m, we will get P1 V1 divided by RT1. So filling P1 values, V1 values, R1 values, T1 values, we will get 10 into P1 is a 10 into 10 raised to 5 into V1 is 0.5 and R is 293 and T1 is 473. So solving this, we will get mass of that gas is 3.6 kg. So therefore increase in internal energy, that is a formula for increase in internal energy, is du is equal to mCv T2 minus T1. Here m is the mass which I have calculated in previous, Cv is given, T2 we know, T2 we have calculated, that is a 1135.2, T1 is the given data. So filling all these values, that is m is equal to 3.6, Cv is equal to 0.712, T2 is equal to 1135.2 minus T1 is 473. We are getting the increase in the internal energy is 1697.5. So solving this, we will get the required answer. Here we have to find out the value of work done and increase in the internal energy. So each carries 5 marks. It is also one of the important repeated question in your examinations. Next, we will study the one more problem on isothermal process. The first problem we studied on the constant volume process. Second problem we studied on the constant temperature pressure process. The third problem we will discuss it on the constant temperature process. Here a air has a volume of 0.4 meter cube. So initial volume of air is 0.4 meter cube and it is at a pressure of 5 bar, that is a P1 is equal to 5 bar, and initial temperature, that is 80 degrees Celsius. So here it is expanded in a cylinder at a constant temperature. So constant temperature means T1 is equal to T2 is equal to T is equal to 80 degrees Celsius. Here temperature is constant, the pressure and volume are varying. P1 is 0.4 meter cube is given, P2 is 0.4 5 bar is given, and it is expanded to a pressure of 1 bar. P2 is 1 bar. So we don't know the V2 we are not knowing. Here we have to find out the amount of work done by the air. So amount of work done by the air we have to find out here. So given data, solution given, V1 he has given 0.4 meter cube, pressure P1 is given, pressure P1 is given 5 bar, that is a 5 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. That 5 bar we have to convert into Newton per meter square, and temperature T1 is equal to 80 degrees Celsius, that is a degree Celsius is that we have to convert it into Kelvin. For that we have to add 273, so it becomes 353 Kelvin. So that plus symbol has to be replaced equal. So 80 degrees Celsius plus 273 is equal to 353 Kelvin, and P2 is given 1 bar is equal to 1 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per bar. We have to convert it into 1 bar is equal to 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. So actually we have to convert the fresh air into Newton per meter square for calculating all the values. So we know that the pressure and volume temperature relationship. So for the constant temperature or isothermal process, the pressure volume temperature relationship, as the T is constant, both side T get cancelled, so the remaining only the pressure volume relationship is P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So this is a pressure volume relationship. So here we know the P1 value now, V1 value now, P2 value now, but we don't know the V2 value. So we have to find out the V2 value. So simplifying this expression for V2, we get V2 is equal to P1 V1 divided by P2. So filling the values of P1 is equal to 5 into 10 raised to 5, V1 is equal to V1 is 0.4 and P2 is equal to 1 into 10 raised to 5, so it becomes 2 meter cube. Next we have to find out the work done, that is filling the values of work done value 2.3 P1 V1 divided by log R. So that expansion R value is P2 divided by V1, so 2 divided by 0.4 is equal to 5. So filling that values in that R, so we get 2.3 into 5 into 10 raised to 5 into 4.4, that is a V1 0.4 log R you have calculated V2 by V1, 2 divided by 0.4 is equal to 5, and after calculating all this we get 3,21,540 joule. So we have to convert it into kilojoule, that is divided by 1000, it becomes 321.54 kilojoule. Next, that is also one important problem which have been repeated in the next previous year examination. So next we will study one more problems on isothermal process or constant temperature process. Here volume of air 0.1 meter cube and pressure P1 1.5 bar is expanding. The initial volume 0.1 meter cube of air and P1 1.5 bar is expanding during at constant temperature to the V2 0.5 meter cube. P2 is not given. So calculate the final pressure of the gas and heat supplied. Here we have to find out P2 and the heat supplied during the process. So given data is V1 is equal to 0.1 meter cube, P1 is equal to 1.5 bar, that 1.5 bar we have to convert it into 1.5 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square, and V2 is equal to 0.5 meter cube A as given. We know that the pressure temperature relationship, pressure volume temperature relationship during the thermodynamic process, that is a P1 V1 divided by T1 is equal to P2 V2 divided by T2, but here T1 is equal to T2 is equal to T, that is a isothermal process, temperature remains constant, that's why it becomes T both sides get cancelled, only remains P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So here P1 we know, V1 we know, V2 we know, but we don't know the value of P2. So solving for P2 we'll get P2 is equal to P1 V1 divided by V2. P2 is equal to P1 V1 divided by V2. So filling all the values of P1 V1 and V2, that is P1 is 1.5 into 10 raised to 5 into V1 is 0.1 and V2 is equal to 0.5. So we get 0.3 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square, that is 0.3 bar is the required pressure value. And we have to find out the heat supplied. The expression for the heat supplied is W is equal to, here work done is equal to heat supplied, that becomes the expression W is equal to Q is equal to 2.3 P1 V1 log V2 by V1. So filling the value is 2.3 into P1 is 1.5 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square, V1 is 0.1 and log of V2 0.5 divided by 0.1. So solving this expression we will get 24,115 joule of heat is we are getting, and that joule we have to convert into kilojoule. Then dividing the 24,115 divided by 1000, we are getting 24.115 kilojoule, that we are converting joule into kilojoule. Next, one more problem here. The problem is on adiabatic process. So adiabatic process, here 2 kg of air is allowed to expand adiabatically during the adiabatic process, and during that adiabatic process the temperature drop is from T2 is equal to 300 degrees Celsius to 175 degrees Celsius. That is T1 is equal to 300 degrees Celsius and T2 is equal to 175 degrees Celsius. Here temperature is dropped, and work done he has given 176 kilojoule. Here we have to calculate the specific heat at constant pressure and specific heat at constant volume for the air. So the given data M is equal to 2 kg. T1 is 300 degrees Celsius, that we have to convert it to Kelvin. 300 degrees Celsius plus 273 is equal to 573 Kelvin. T2 is given 175 plus adding 273, it is converted into Kelvin, that is a 448 Kelvin, and work done is equal to 176 kilojoule he has given. So you have to calculate. We know that work done during adiabatic process is given by for expansion process, that is it is expanded. In the problem he has given 2 kg of air is allowed to expand adiabatically, so that work done for expansion is m mass Cv into T1 by T2. So here we don't know the value of Cv, we know the value of W, work done, m we know, T1 we know, T2 we know. So unknown is Cv, so we can calculate Cv by using this expression. So filling all the values, W is equal to 176, m is equal to 2 kg, Cv we don't know, keep it as it is. T1 573 minus T2 4488, so it becomes 250 Cv. 176 is equal to 250 Cv. Solving for Cv, that is 176 divided by 250, we get Cv value is equal to 0.704 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So next we have to find out Cp. So for air we know that gamma is equal to 1.4, and we know the ratio of specific heat at constant pressure divided by specific heat at constant volume gives the adiabatic index, that is gamma is equal to 1.4 here is given. So using that relation gamma is equal to Cp divided by Cv, so we can calculate the Cp is equal to gamma into Cv. Cp is equal to gamma into Cv. So filling the values of gamma is 1.4, Cv is equal to 0.706, we get 0.986 kilojoule per kg Kelvin is the Cp value. So here we have calculated Cp and Cv. Cv is 0.704 kilojoule per kg Kelvin, and Cp is equal to 0.986 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Next, one more problem on the polytropic process. So we will discuss one more problem on the polytropic process. Here a certain quantity of air has a volume of 0.028 meter cube. The quantity of air is not given, it is a certain quantity. So its initial volume is 0.028 meter cube at a pressure of 1.25 bar. So P1 is 1.25 bar and T1 is 25 degrees Celsius. T1 is 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, it is compressed to a volume of V2 0.0042 meter cube according to the polytropic law PV raised to n, that is the PV raised to 1.3 is equal to constant. Then we have to find the final temperature, that is a T2, and the work done W during that compression, and also we have to find out the reduction in pressure at that is a P3 when that polytropic process is converted into constant volume required to bring back the air back to the original temperature. Here first it is compressed according to the polytropic law process, PV raised to n is equal to constant. Then again it is air is bring back to its original temperature at constant volume, that is then during that we have to find out the P3 value. So given data is V1, that is a point initial volume 0.028 meter cube, P1 is 1.25 bar initial pressure, that 1.25 bar we have to convert it into 1.25 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square, and T1 is equal to 25 degrees Celsius initial temperature. It is a degree Celsius, is that we have to convert it into Kelvin. 25 degrees Celsius plus 273 is equal to 298 Kelvin, and volume expansion final volume heat is equal to 0.0042 meter cube, and the polytropic index N is equal to 1.4 meter cube. Here T1 is equal to T3, that is 298 Kelvin, to bring back to its original temperature. That so we know the pressure, temperature, volume relations. Using temperature and volume relations, T1 by T2 is equal to V2 by V1 raised to n minus 1. So in this we don't know the value of T2, so we can solve for T2. It will get 0.566, we get T1 by T2. So after solving T2 is T1 by T2 is equal to 0.556. Solving for T2 we get T1 divided by 0.66. Fill the values of T1, that is 298 divided by 0.56. We get the T2 is equal to 526.5 Kelvin. Next, P1 V1 raised to n is equal to P2 V2 raised to n, using that constant volume relations. So here pressure volume relationship, we can write P1 by P2 is equal to V2 by V1 raised to n. So you can calculate here P2, we can calculate. So filling that values, P1 by P2 is equal to 0.085 we are getting. Next P2 we don't know, that P1 divided by 0.085, we can calculate P2 as 1.25, 0.085, then 14.7 bar it is coming directly, the value is coming in the bar, that we have to convert it into Newton per meter square, that is 14.7 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. Then work done, W is equal to P2 V2 minus P1 V1 divided by n minus 1. So filling all the values, P2 is 14.7 into 10 raised to 5, V2 is equal to 0.0042 minus P1 is equal to 1.25 into 10 raised to 5, V1 is equal to 0.028. So n minus, that is n value is 1.3 minus 1. So we are getting work done as 617 minus 3500 divided by 0.3. So we are getting 8913 joule. We are getting in terms of joule, that we have to convert it into kilojoule, then dividing by 1000, 8913 divided by 1000, we are getting 8.913 kilojoule is the required work done answer. Next we also know that during at constant volume we have to find out the P3. So up to that work done 8913 is the polytropic process. So after polytropic process, what is the air is bring back to its original temperature by keeping the volume constant. So during that, what is the pressure change we have to find out. So that for that we can write for constant volume P2 by T2 is equal to P3 by T2. Here V2 is equal to V3 is constant, that's why it get cancelled. P2 by T2 is equal to P3 by T3. So here P2 we know that, T2 we know that, T3 is equal to T1 is equal to 298, because it is a to bring back initial temperature means T1. So T1 we are taking it to T3. So here we don't know the value of P3, that we have to calculate it here. P2 is equal to, that is P3, it has to be P3. So filling that all the values, P3 14.7 into 10 raised to 5 into 298 divided by 526. So it becomes 83,000 Newton per meter square, that is 8.32 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square, that is 8.32 bar. So these are the problems which have been asked in your previous exams. So solve some more problems, practice from your textbooks, and if any doubts you can call me at any time. So we have studied the problems on constant volume process, constant pressure process, constant temperature process, and constant adiabatic process, adiabatic or isothermal process. Isentropic process means there is no heat added or heat rejected to the surroundings, and we have studied the problems on the polytropic process, that is PV raised to n is equal to PV raised to n is equal to constant. So here we have to find out the one brief summary is that we have to use the pressure temperature volume relationship, that is a P1 V1 divided by T1 is equal to P2 V2 divided by T2. If the pressure is constant, the pressure temperature volume relation becomes P is constant means V1 divided by T1 is equal to V2 divided by T2. If V is constant volume, then P2 divided by P1 divided by T1 is equal to P2 divided by T2. And if temperature is constant, P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So using these equations we have to find out final temperature or final pressure. And for adiabatic process, that is a PV raised to gamma is equal to constant, and for polytropic process PV raised to n is equal to constant. So using this what we have to find the final temperature and final pressures. After finding final temperature and final pressures, we have to use the some formulas for each particular process: work done and heat added, heat transfer, and change in internal energy and change in enthalpy. So this you have studied in your derivations, and you apply these formulas and fill the suitable data, you can solve the problems. Here the two 10 marks problems are asked on this unit, and one 10 marks theory, that is a 5 marks question will comes, or one derivation complete for 10 marks will comes. The most important questions are throttling process and free expansion process, the derivation for work done during the polytropic process, derivation for the work done during adiabatic process, and one 5 marks important question, list the different thermodynamic process acting on the system. So this is a second unit, it carries 30 marks. Okay, so thank you. Some steps I am showing here, step by step answer you are getting here. That problems already discussed, but once again I am showing the step by step some answers.